Hello everyone, Time to Grind here, and today with TTG Halloween, I wanted to play yet another psychological horror visual novel. I don't know why I'm obsessed with extremely screwed up games like this, but I am. So I saw a new one that came out recently called Slay the Princess, where we are told to go kill a princess. And so that's what we're gonna do. Messed up things are gonna happen along the way, I'm sure. The goal is to just play the whole game in one sitting. Oh, spooky music. There is multiple endings. I don't know. We'll see how that goes when we get to it. But either way, we'll jump into it here. So chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
There's a narrator?
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Why will it be the end of the world if I don't kill her? Oh, whoa, I can just say all of these different options. Wait, there's a lot of different options. What happens if I just turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
This does remind me of Stanley Parable. Do I even know where I'm going? Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
This is like Stanley Parable.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around and again leave.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time.
I just want to see...
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
I don't believe you. I'm trying to quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
It's still just gonna be, yeah.
Look at that. You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
But I don't want to kill her. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
A choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes.
I just gotta know what happens if I try to
Familiar
refuse.
wooden structures through the leaves. But
Whoa.
as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of the
I love
light.
this art style.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
It really wants me to go to a cabin.
The cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yep.
You've doomed us all.
Yeah,
You know
that's
right?
fine.
But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain
fine.
death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger? What? So we're still moving on with this story?
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is that you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
How is it a different chapter, though? Explore. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Voice of the hero. Who, what?
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever,
Torchic,
then yes,
are you okay?
I suppose there are plenty of ways
So-
to pull that off.
Okay, it sounds like the voice acting, there's only one person voice acting all of this. So at that point in time, I would rather read it, even though I like it. I don't know.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
So should I... Can I make it where I read my own points? Let me just look here. Preferences. I don't know. I don't think I can.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude.
Also,
Stop
thanks,
those pathetic little
Volker,
voices
for
at the back
following.
of your
Appreciate
mind
it.
and stay focused on the task ahead.
I want the narrator to talk. I just don't want him to voice everyone. These walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It
Being
makes sense
gaslit
if
by
you
the
think
game.
about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
So I can lie and say, yep, okay, heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously.
Why do you want me to
I
kill the
am
princess?
begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
I have to go into the cabin. Okay. Well,
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing
Whoa.
patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected
Whoa.
across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there.
I wonder if it's because we
Such that the
we
seams
didn't
are never
kill her in the
visible
first one.
enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Is the narrator a gaslighter? Seems like
He
it
wants
might
us to
be.
take it. Maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess.
It's also weird that I have, like,
It's incredibly simple,
two voices in my own head as well.
You can't just say that, but when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
See, so I have a contrarian voice and a
What's gonna
hero
happen
voice in
if
my
we
own
lose
head.
ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job.
This is very
So you're just
meta
gonna have to
already.
get better at yours, and quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here,
I don't
is
know if these
obviously
voices were
just
here
accept it and go with the flow.
in the first
Reading isn't
chapter.
hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You didn't. Okay. I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
If the voices are your past lives? Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. It'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb.
Why are there
at the
all
bottom.
of these voices?
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it.
Okay, keep the grip as it is.
You keep your grip the way it is. Your task awaits.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there.
Why is the
makes me
narrator
want to
telling me
look
there
at
isn't
it
a mirror?
even more.
Why would you lie about that? Yeah, for real.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Let's approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
Why is the
Isn't
narrator
much to say.
gaslighting us like this?
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward
What?
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you
Why
are.
does our hand look like that?
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Throw the blade out the basement. I'm gonna do that.
Haha, yes! Do it! Seriously.
Right through the...
Throw the blade at the window, blast showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done.
So I no longer have a weapon to kill her. Okay.
The door to the basement
Whoa.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all
This
built
game
from
is
unidentifiable
trippy.
materials. Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening...
I wonder if this is because I refused to
like
kill her in the
miasma to
first
it.
time.
The kind of
Like, I legitimately
indiscernible
don't
quality
know.
that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick nausea.
Oh.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave.
So the hero's now sounding
feels
like
a
this?
trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we
Why do
make,
we have multiple
whatever she
voices
is,
in our head?
we
That's
know
so
one thing
weird.
for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Okay, let's, we always do the right strategy. Soft stairs to the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down. Like they're
Also, I'm gonna do a quick thing here. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit, so that way the voice volume can actually stand out a little bit more. So every time I pause, though, it messes up the voice acting. So like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend. The stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness. The very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
What? Wait, was that all
You
nothing?
slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
What?
Time disappears.
Oh, is this
You can
because
feel
the world
yourself
was
begin
ending?
to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal.
Is this all because
skepticism
we
and
didn't
blind
go in last
devotion,
time?
Rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
What?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. You don't think I'm some sort of monster, do you?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
What?
As the princess speaks again,
What?
it's almost as if she fractured.
This is so
Where there was
trippy.
once just one of her, there is now another.
This is not what I was expecting.
We can do that?
It's so cool, like it reacts to moving the mouse too.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time.
Okay, at this point in
finding
time,
out
I think we
details
just
you're going to be
kill
so
her.
irritating about it.
Kill her.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
No, let's just kill her. I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Oh man, I guess I don't have the knife. Makes sense. Okay, well let's just commit to talking to her then. Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up.
I will devour you.
Excuse me? So I don't think I can do either of these because I don't have... Because I threw my knife out. There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
You're not the only one down here.
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
What?
It must be fear creeping into your heart.
You know you can't stop me.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
This is crazy.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more
I
complicated
threw my
than
knife
they
out.
already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Okay, I'll just do whatever this is.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
What?
Is this what the end of the world looks like?
So we're doing multiple things at once?
But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time?
I feel like this
The
is
same as
all
nothing,
because we
and
refused to go into the
nothing
building
is
at first.
excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
What the hell?
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere.
Wife material?
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
You just... I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. I got an achievement, The Illusion of Choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Yeah, approach the mirror.
Begging you, don't do this.
Explore the mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Fine. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't
Oh,
feel
no.
right. It feels different. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. And what are we? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. I got an achievement called The Body. It's you. Why are we... So we're just some evil dude? You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. What? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
There's a lot of options. Okay, we're gonna just attack. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What does that even mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
What?
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
What did we do? Destroy my body? What happens if I do that? You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
So she means
There
different
is
endings,
no exit.
I think.
But this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay, make me forget. Or I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantics. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. A spiral vessel, bring the stranger to her. So now we're back to chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods.
The real slay
And
the
at the end of
princess
that
starts
path
hill you'll know
is a
when you
cabin.
see it.
And in the basement.
So now
of
we're
that
gonna just go
cabin
gung-ho, kill her the
is
way
a
we're supposed to,
princess.
right?
You're here to slay her.
Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
You make your way up. Oh, she will lie.
Yeah,
she will cheat.
She'll do everything. Cool, that's fine. We're gonna go in the cabin. I know, we're going full aggro mode. This princess is
The
dead.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely.
Well, the mirror's not there.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Yeah,
The
everything is
blade
normal.
is your implement.
Okay, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
So we still have our voices, though.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna make her comfortable. Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steal your nerves. Yeah, we just got to do it. No talking. They said she was going to try to manipulate me. Just got to murder her. Steal your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your
She looks
resolve.
pissed. Oh, and my cursor actually has a knife this time.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill
I'm
me?
telling, we're just killing her. We're not talking to her.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
That's fine.
So, you should just drop it.
Nope.
Best not to risk.
They told me
finding
you
out
were
what
going to
I can
manipulate
do.
me. Mm-mm.
She's unarmed.
Mm-mm.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too
Gonna go in.
late. End this.
That's what we got to do. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's
Murder her.
hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
My cursor's red now. There's blood on my cursor.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Oh no.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Oh no, what do we do? Yeah, she's dead. Easy as that. We just walk out.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
I don't know.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
What?
Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What?
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
What?
This is good.
Did you trick me?
Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
No, I won't. That's bullshit. Yeah, let me out of here.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades.
Stab the
It's all
narrator.
a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy we're happy. Hell no, do you have any idea how to get the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
What, just murk ourselves?
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you
Yeah,
to be
but I'm not
happy.
really happy right now, Mr. Narrator. You'd better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever.
Oh,
For
we gotta get
first
the
time since
knife
time
down
stopped
there.
meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
What? So now we're back on chapter 2?
You're on a path you're here to slay.
What? Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Last time it was called chapter 2, The Stranger. Oh, what time was it called this time? Also, I'm gonna save just in case.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her.
Voice of the Cold.
We'll just do it again.
That's a new voice.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? You know what? Let's just continue going gung-ho. Go to the cabin, even though we feel like we're getting tricked a little bit.
Warning, before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah.
She won't be a problem.
Voice of the Cold, yeah. We're used to it. Go kill her. So you're trying to unlock all the voices? I do not know.
Interior of the
Whoa.
cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging
this
the
one's called the
shutters against
Spectre.
the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Oh, Voice of the Hero's back.
Like I've been saying,
Oh, Voice of the Hero.
She's
What's it
dead.
called?
we killed her already.
Yeah, take the blade.
You take the blade.
Enter the basement, screw the mirror. Mirror disappeared.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
So instead of having the cocky guy, we have the cold guy.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on
How does the
floor,
narrator not
its
know
wrists
this?
still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? A ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely
The voice of the cold
terrifying.
guy, dude.
What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there,
That means we could kill her.
Hell yeah, it does. Slay the princess.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job? Or
Dude, I don't know. You need to talk to this narrator. This narrator is telling me to do this shit. If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? Slay the princess harder? No, I'll try talking to her.
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
After all, you owe me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so...
I know. Who's this
so
narrator
badly.
in this story here?
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
At this point in time, I don't really trust the narrator, so yeah, she can possess me.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours.
What's the worst that
There's
could
a
happen?
hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do
No,
I have
you
to
tricked
tell
me
you?
last time, narrator.
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives
I don't
way
like
to
those
a stabbing
crackings.
pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body.
So far, this game's only scared me like once. Hasn't been too scary, honestly.
You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Excuse me? Whoa!
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
She can hear the narrator?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
What?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm a voice? I'm me, is what I am.
So this is crazy because I'm interested to know what the fuck the narrator is. I'm interested to know what all the voices in our head are. I'm interested to know what she is.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Is this like it's supposed to like be a reference to DID or something? Like I don't.
It matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
Like the narrator.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Excuse me?
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
You gonna play with Sunday again? Did you see the, we did. We just put out a video with him. The Backrooms video.
That's rude.
If you haven't seen that.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Because you're lying to me, Mr. Narrator.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Slay the princess. Nah, I'm leaving the basement. Honestly, fuck you, narrator. I'm now on the side of the princess. In the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
Oh.
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess.
Wait, the body wasn't made? So my body was made?
Well, you're the only one that could make that happen.
What? Trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling.
Open the door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
You're probably a schizophrenia.
What about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore?
Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of it?
Alright, let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
I got an achievement, hitchhiker. Pick up a passenger and take her to her destination. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guess I'm not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Oh, the hands again. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a...
Of course you're scared, but this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
So here's the mirror again. You approach the mirror. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. I've got an achievement called The Bloat, and it says you've grown. What is this game? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her. So we're back to her again.
Lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your.
So we do just have to, like, part of the story in the game is to get multiple endings, which I really like. Because a lot of the games like this that have multiple endings are all about, like, just restarting and going over and over and over and over until you get all the different possible endings. But this is, like, making that in itself be a story. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen.
Oh, so it doesn't let you get the endings you've already gotten?
Useless to us now. Inaccessible.
If that's true, that's really cool. That there's so many dialogue options, so many options because it won't let us do the ones we've already done. If that's how it works. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay, whatever. I'm good. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Those sound effects are so... That's what's scaring me more than anything, is those damn sound effects. Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. An achievement, an evanescent vessel. Bring the specter
You're
to
on
her.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is you're here to slay her.
So, but these dialogues are the same, though. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value.
That's not what I meant. I meant killing anyone. Okay, whatever. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the warning.
Warning, shall I cheat? Whatever, go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entire. The blade is your...
So I'm not going to take a blade down there. I'm just going to talk to her entirely this time. I'm just going to enter the basement without a blade. Not going to go in threatening. I just want to talk to her.
Door to the basement. Her voice.
Hello?
This. Don't let it fool you.
So yeah, I'm gonna say just checking in on you
are?
again.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was.
You walk down the stairs and look up. She's beautiful. I am begging you.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Yeah, I can. Let's fucking get out of here, man. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, let's get her out. Let's save her.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge
No, I'm
mistake.
not. No, I'm not. Fuck you, narrator.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, save her.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I cut your arm
You
off.
don't have the key?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? Or I'm gonna go check upstairs. Maybe there's a key still lying around there somewhere. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
What?
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door.
Someone locked us in the basement? Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
It's like when I lock my kitties out of the door and they meow.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Why didn't you do this already before I got here?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free
Free her.
You won't like what happens if you do
No,
that.
I'm freeing her. Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better
Oh!
judgment, place the blade against the
I was
ragged,
right!
self-inflicted
I was
wound on
right!
the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
The narrator's just like, no, because what I'm fucking telling you.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. Blood from
That
her
was one of the
arm
first times
dripping
this game really
rhythmically to
scared
the
me.
ground.
Damn. What the
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now
Yeah,
get
let's
out
do
of
it.
here.
I'm still on your side. I'm still on your side.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape.
So my guess is the narrator created us. No.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Excuse me?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you
The
doing?
narrator's making me? What? Slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the... Warn her. I can warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yeah, I'm being possessed.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out
No,
of
you're
here
not.
alive.
No, I've trusted you before in the past, and you are not on my side, Mr. Narrator. Slay the princess, resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid
I love
hands.
whoever this voice actor is.
What
Is so good.
are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, kill me.
I'll try to be
Just
quick.
fucking kill me.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Oh really, Mr. Narrator? 'Cause it seems like no matter what I do, everyone's doomed. Everyone's fucked regardless, so...
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse
Yeah, we
to
do
the
not have
floor,
human
your
hands.
blood
That's why I
pooling
think
around
we're
you,
some
your
monster
limbs
made by him,
unresponsive.
the narrator.
The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
No, I can.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
This art is so good.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
So now we're in chapter 2 again.
Your Honor, you're here.
But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And if he doesn't remember what happened... Yes, he did. Oh, yes.
So we're back to the
see about
smitten.
that. What can I say? A world without...
Okay, so can I... What happens if I try to save her again?
She will lie. I think we've already been... I do. But sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not every... Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Multiverse of Beauty and the Beast.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant. Its stone
That
walls
door looks
draped
different.
in fine-threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your...
Can I look at the mirror this time?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous... But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know.
Oh yes, Smitten is new.
Can't
Yeah, you're
gallantly
right.
sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
So Smitten's like what? Like womanizer? Well, I don't know what that word means. I've heard it, but okay, so we'll... I'm not going to take the blade. I'm just going to go down without the blade.
The door to the basement.
Yo,
creaks
dude,
open,
every time
revealing
it's...
an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful.
Or not
than
womanizer, but
last
like...
time. I
Like
can hear wedding bells already.
Shinji, whatever his name is. The guy in One Piece, the cooking guy. A guy that just likes the chicks. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
You walk down the
Sanji,
stairs
Sanji,
and
yeah.
lock eyes with the princess.
Smitten is like
There's
in
a heavy
love.
chain
Okay.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
She remembers me as the chick that saved her.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't
No,
it?
because she recognized me.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
True.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
So I'm gonna save here again. Overriding's fine, I'm sure.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped
An entire
I'd be the first,
world.
But what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You
What?
can't keep hopping
So
between
every
worlds forever.
it's wow.
Especially not without
So we
leaving
are
a
just
trail of
hopping yet between different
incomprehensible
universes.
devastation behind you.
I did not think this game was gonna be like some time jumping game, right? I never watched trailers, never do anything. I thought this was gonna be a stereotypical the princess is haunted and she's creepy to us.
Horrible for you, maybe.
But there's like a
But we've been
whole
given another
story and
opportunity
everything.
to
I'm
sweep
so
her off her feet
interested.
and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to...
Yeah, it was the narrator's fault, like it always is.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it.
Yeah,
Don't
see
let
ya,
him
Lucky.
distract you. Just
Appreciate it.
do your job.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
No, what happened in between that? But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
I don't.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
This is one of the few like I just genuinely have no clue where this game's going.
Not so
in a good
sure.
way. I'm so sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
If another version of me.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
No, she doesn't. We know that.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right
No, I
out
don't think
with
that's how it
no
works.
harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Rescue the princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
The smitten voice is so in love with her. He's like, I will fucking end my life if you try to make me kill her.
You wouldn't.
Oh, but I would.
I would.
I love you. My man. My man.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong
My
feelings.
man.
Doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and
What?
gingerly slide her hand
What?
from her bindings.
Wait, why?
Shouldn't have
Why?
worked.
Whoa, that's weird though.
Damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
That's what I'm talking about.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
Yeah.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
The music's getting fucked.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she...
Her eyes are getting...
What's going on?
Her eyes are getting bigger.
What's going on is she's
No,
lying to you.
no, her eyes are getting
lying.
bigger. Her eyes are
Starting to
getting
trust me
bigger.
now?
But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Her art style's now demoted.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
You have to want something more than just making me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does
I
it
got an
feel like
achievement
we're
and they
alone
lived
right now?
happily ever after. It's all she
Like
wanted.
we're the only ones here.
Wait, where did the background go? Where did the background go? I didn't even notice the background going away. I didn't even notice that. I was too paid attention to her art style changing. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She was our perfect match.
It slowly faded away each time you said it.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, whatever. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
The voices feel small distant as you approach. Gaze. They're once again silent. The mirror always makes them leave. The decay. I've withered. I got an achievement. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. At the cabin. This is the third time we've been here.
I am a growing chorus of
Her art style's the way it was last time now, though.
Tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less.
Makes me...
Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
She has the art style of the princess. She was on that specific run. This reminds me of a strong dose of mushrooms. This means you're taking too many mushrooms. You start seeing this shit. I just want it all to... No, I'm going to remain silent.
You are what brings me meaning. Know that the pain of your journey will subside in due time. But you still have a ways to go before we are done.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Dude, she's better than the freaking narrator, I swear. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay, I'm ready to go back.
I will be...
There's all that dialogue, but I'm only asking the questions I'm genuine... God, that sound effect scares the shit out of me every fucking time. Okay, an achievement, an idealized vessel. Bring the deconstructed damsel to her.
You're on a path.
Okay.
You're here.
So what have we not done? We've gone and just murdered her. We've gone in and tried to save her without the knife. I don't know. Let's see. Forget this. I'm not doing
Are you
it.
serious? No, you have to do it.
Do I get some sort of reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to it until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of
Could just go in and ignore her. That's a good idea.
The more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
So we're on our fourth world.
So sure.
Right.
Go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
But I don't think we've actually genuinely just gone in
You
and
make your
talked to her.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is...
So I'm just going to enter the basement without it.
The door to the base of...
Hello?
is... Don't let it...
I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and she's beautiful. I am begging you to stay...
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk first.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your name?
Oh.
She pauses,
carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Yeah, so Princess is your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Something is so odd about this whole thing.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. Apparently you're going to end the world.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
How is she surviving? Are they feeding her?
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
True.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Yeah.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Yeah, that's a good assumption. Narrator put it down here.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
I was wondering about this. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
No, that has a lot to do with a lot.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
What do you mean that's hardly relevant?
Okay, but actually, what has
Yeah,
she
what are you talking about?
She has to eat, right?
I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I just stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. Yeah, let's do that. I'll just keep her company. That's a different thing we haven't done.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
You've been down here for a
Life is
very
too
long
risky.
time.
If you don't deal
No.
with her soon,
No.
she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that.
I like the idea, Mr. Hero.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Excuse me?
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
What? So, I've already freed her. I've already killed her. So I guess locking her in the basement is the only new one.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
I'm just locking the door. I'm gonna stay with you.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her away.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your way. You close the basement door.
I'm not
behind
with
you and
her.
Quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Where is the
Okay.
blade? Where's the blade?
We can make this work.
You settle in against
Where's the
far
blade?
wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Path of dialogues are different, so the endings could be different for each decision. True, true.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
God, dude, her banging at the door is terrifying.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt.
Oh boy.
Stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
Oh
It's not broken,
boy.
and the table shoved out of the
Oh boy.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet.
Yeah, this is just a love
and then
story.
your
Don't worry.
legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down.
My
one by
organs
one.
shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
My gills?
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'm still standing by my wife material statement.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
So now we're back on chapter 2. So this is the 4th time we're in the game.
Your Honor, you're here.
So we're gonna try
slay
just to
her.
talk to her again. Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
What? She will
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Ooh,
Don't
so now we have a new voice.
anyone.
We have the voice of the paranoid now. Okay.
The interior of the cabin is plain. The smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note.
What
is
happened
a
to the
lone
door?
table
And that doorway got
on its
bigger.
side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door?
That's what I'm saying.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Okay. Can I do the mirror
What are
again?
you talking?
No, still
Did
not.
he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
I'm gonna take the blade this time.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife?
Can we have a
We
bomb?
have a bomb?
So I'll save here.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Okay, dude, she's waiting for us.
You cross over
Whoa!
the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
We're back in like Crazy Land.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
How hard is it to throw a knife? Step off into the void between the stairs? What if I do that?
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know. Falling into an infinite void seemed better than going downstairs and dying. I'm just scared.
How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As
What
you
the
emerge,
hell?
You find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks, suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
We always take the right path.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
Not gonna lie, I feel like falling into an infinite abyss would be fun for a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit. Not for an infinite amount of time, though.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go back the way you came.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There.
Ooh!
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working! Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops.
God, those loud
once more
noises.
as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us.
Because she just,
Why?
being there is killing us. Why would she have to?
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart.
We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of the curve. I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
So part of her, or part of whatever is possessing her or whatever, it does seem to want to end the world. If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off the whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
And if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you.
I mean,
I promise.
I don't believe that because you're letting my organs just fail. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try and kill you. So do your worst. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare. Or do we leave out with here? Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here.
Are you serious?
I toss my knife away.
You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission.
If you played this a year ago, you'd be getting jump scared a lot more. Yeah, I have gotten a lot better with horror games for sure.
Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
What? So she just literally, whoever's trapped in here lives here until she dies and then she just spawns back in here?
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment.
Oh god, her face.
The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Whoa! Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5. What the fuck? Got an achievement, a monolith of fears. Now, the moment of clarity. Did we finally do it? Did we finally get enough endings?
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think.
Voice of the Brokens
It's all
now here.
Fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
I'm gonna save here as well. Oh boy!
I think we were trying to save the world. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left.
We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let
Oh,
her
Voice
out.
of the Opportunist
It's
is here
really
now.
the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever.
So all these new voices that we have.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
Oh, the reason we had the Voice of the Contrarian in the second episode was obviously because we were just being a smartass at the very beginning of the game, right?
We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness.
So yeah, obviously a
something
lot
so
of different endings that I'm sure every
pure
single
than
voice corresponds
any
with a different
other
ending.
love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
That's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything.
If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on.
But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make these decisions?
What does here even mean, if you really think about it? Shut up! You were here. Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged. You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it. The only way out is to do nothing. No, let's go to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right.
What?
There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always
Yeah, the
lies.
narrator always says the mirror's not there.
And he always makes it gone. It's exhausting. We must be such a mess, but we never get the chance to fix ourselves. That thing is mocking us. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I.
No, I know there's a mirror.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their... Or you could just give up.
I didn't mean to do that. Approach the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces! She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free. It's the only way we can have our thoughts.
Yeah, this voice actor is amazing, especially with him playing all these different voices too.
Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what. Exactly. I'm sure that whatever you settle on, it'll be the best possible decision you could have made. Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
Narrator, stop BSing me. There's a mirror, dumbass.
That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
What? I don't know why I can't click those. Take the blade, it's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else, don't you remember? Take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade. As you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A trinket that gets to stay with me all the time. Right by my side. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your powers so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand. What are we supposed to do? She took our weapon. This really was a lost cause, wasn't it? You sealed our fate when you refused to kill us.
I don't think that's the blade, a blade mark, because there was a blade mark on her chest from previously.
Kill or be killed.
We've never hit her face.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Oh well. There's no paralysis anymore. Is it because we've already given her what she wants?
You're just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago, but that was something... But was that something you, or is just a dull and jaded memory? There's no other ending here. So I can't click on any of these options. I have to take her hand and set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess exhausted slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Wait, that's just one of the endings. You do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it. You stop with the smashing. What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves. Yeah. I think I'd like that. Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Approach the mirror. This is our fourth time actually looking in the mirror. You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Someone tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep. I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Silence as you reach forward. The gun once again. The mirror always makes you leave. I'm gonna... Loud noise warning. So the remains. You're unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. This is the fourth time we've been here.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No clue. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No clue. When you... There's trees and stars and there are people, I think. Well, okay, yeah. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. When I find him, you and I are going to have answers. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on
So
the
maybe we
cusp
have
of
like
yours.
one more thing to go through. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me.
So we have
Time will
one
be
more
singular.
run to go through
A final
before
multitude.
something happens. Okay, I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see
Loud
you,
noise alert.
each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, I got an achievement. Scout a vessel, bring the moment of clarity to her. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path.
Save again.
You're here to slay.
So yeah, we haven't ignored her. We've talked to her, but we haven't just gone down there and ignore her. Okay. Go to the cabin. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin. The blade is your.
I'll take the blade this
You
time.
take the blade from the table. The door. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
I'm gonna just continue now. I'm not gonna talk to her.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and she's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Why did that flash red? Oh, I can't ignore her. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'll drop it. I don't think we've come here and dropped the knife. Right?
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I
So
can
we've
assure
already
you
tried to
there's no
talk to
So
her previously.
here we are. What an awkward start to
But
a
we didn't
relationship.
start with the knife in there, though. It keeps flashing the top one. I don't know if that's a glitch. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
So this is what we did last
I don't remember much
time.
about it, to be honest. I've been down.
Just how long has she been?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world,
Yes, this is what we
then
did
how
last
did I wind
time.
up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so
Yeah, no.
dangerous?
And if I'm more honest, I'm more inclined to trust you. This time I'm going to just trust her because last time we talked with her, we ended up locking her in here. This time we're going to just fully trust her.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Check the chains.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
No.
Whoever locked.
So we already know. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cut. You attempt to make your way.
Yeah, so this has already happened here before. Turn to the bottom, we get locked down in here, so we're getting put in this ending though.
For everyone.
I heard the door slam.
Yeah, they did lock
The
us
knife.
in.
Pick it up and
You won't.
So I've saved her before at this point in time. I haven't killed the princess in a long time. Okay, just fucking kill her.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you.
So this is slightly different.
The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out.
Are we
with the
both
blade,
gonna die in this
slicing
ending?
wherever
At least
you
we got
can.
a different
Her
ending.
fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone. and
She's
rupturing
punching
tissue
me
right
and
across her
shattering my bones?
Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
Give up, finish the job. Run for the stairs and lock her in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out. Oh, so I can't click. That's what it is. I can't click anything I've already done. That'll, like, guaranteed lead me to a different ending. So finish the job.
Steel your resolve and take another step towards the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What was that about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
Yeah, so we haven't
You
fought her
put up
before,
more
so
of
at
a
least this is
fight
a
than I
different
thought
ending.
you would. Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have the time to worry over her words. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, so now to chapter 2.
Your Honor, you're here to...
Go.
Oh, she will lie. Are you the point of my warning? The crystal. Let's just get on with it.
Oh, so now we have the voice of the stubborn. I should have listened to some of that, whatever. So we have the voice of the stubborn. We hadn't have the voice of the stubborn before. Whoa.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the old...
Into the basement. He's just gonna ignore the mirror. He's not gonna let me look at the mirror.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step,
she's
the
got a
form of
tail
the
now and
princess
horns.
comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Step on me.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes! I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You look different. So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking. Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing? Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. Enough is enough.
What is it? So I thought...
That's all the more reason to take this seriously.
I thought the narrator knew what was going on, but the more we're playing this game, the more I'm starting to think the narrator doesn't know what's going on.
You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe.
So it is parallel universe stuff. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am? Remain
I'm
silent.
going to take that silence as a sign that from this moment on, you're going to treat the task before you with the utmost importance and seriousness. I'm so glad that we're finally all on the same page.
Yeah, I'm going to just attack her.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting
her
skin
teeth.
and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist
So,
collides
same
with your
thing.
ribs,
She's gonna crack
cracking
my
them
ribs
like
open.
twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Because we're a bitch.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow. Think it through. Don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Bait an opening and outmaneuver her. Run or strike at her heart head on. I do think the play probably is to bleed him out, right? So bait an opening.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, splashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She's gonna destroy our fucking skull.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
So now so this is the second time we've made it to chapter 3.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps
Oh,
us
now
alive.
we have the voice of the
We
hunted.
died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen.
So the narrator is
supposed to
not
have seen.
the evil mastermind that we thought he was, I don't think.
It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here, are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence has poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
Or every single time we're talking to the narrator of the world that we jumped to. Okay. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Might as well see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
Yeah, we just gotta do
No
it.
last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade.
So we'll take the blade, obviously.
Edge. The blade is your implement, see? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it!
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
But there's no way forward. There's a mirror at the end of the room, and that's it.
Mirror?
So the narrator still doesn't seem the
There's the iron
mirror.
altar and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. But there isn't a door. There is. Circles, circles, all of it circles. There's something for us at the end of the room. The what and the why don't matter until we know them.
I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. Worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
Approach the mirror, it's gonna just disappear.
Step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there, it's right in front of you. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
Smash it!
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face.
Oh my gosh.
There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
That sentence is always the same
Her
there.
voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Yeah. If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time, and they'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Okay.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by
This
foot.
art is so cool.
But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of
Her
the
tail's
tunnel.
bigger. She is bigger.
Princess, imposing
Mommy?
and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
So this time we'll just plunge straight for the heart.
Can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run. I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Slay the princess.
Change your plans, boys.
Impatient! This is her home, not ours. You're going to let her kill us. You charge headlong into the princess.
That's fine, we're
blade
fucked either
flashing
way.
in the dim light of the basement.
Yes, 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 yes! Finally, you get it!
For a moment, the scales feel balanced, each of you inflicting debilitating wounds on the other, striking in a dizzying synchronicity. But it isn't long before they tip in her favor. The cuts and bruises you've inflicted seem little more than superficial, barely so much as slowing her down as she continues her onslaught. You, in contrast,
finding it harder to stand as your body gradually becomes less responsive, less powerful, less stable. You can tell she's trying to make it last, but all it would take is one meaningful strike. The coup de grace.
This was good, but you could have been so much better. I'm beyond you now.
Here it comes. I'll see you all on the other side.
There we go. So that was the final vessel. But the other side doesn't come, nor whatever it's time for you to leave, memory returns.
And there's that mirror again.
Okay. Let's see what we look like now. You approach the mirror.
Thing. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Silence as you reach forward, they're gone. Mirror makes you leave. You are nothing at all? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then see it, a figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. It's like a crow or a raven. Explore, are you me?
I think you know what I am.
What, that was the narrator talking? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image of glass in two. And another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. What? So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh. What are you? Are you something like me? Or no, if you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm
So
the only
somebody
one who
made
that
me.
claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself for all the hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves lives?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want
So the
to,
narrator's like the
there isn't much
lasting
that can stop you.
somethings of the someone that's dead that created me. I have so many more questions for
Then
you.
ask them and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Does it hurt when pieces break off
It
like
doesn't
that?
hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I'm so sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking
Already crossed
questions?
the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death
So
itself
she has
within
death herself in
her. I
her.
wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
No, I don't know. I've learned that death is important, right? There's been a lot of games and movies and shows where you get rid of death and then that's a problem. So death is important, but unnecessary death isn't. Every time I ask you something, it's there's a lot of questions. So do you know about the looping? So many of the times I met, you denied it even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to, it's just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them that you'd encountered.
Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I knew, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
How can you tell me I'm right? I got an achievement, Death of the Author, run out of questions. I think you're out of time. I have... Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and omniscient God, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. A tunneling vessel, bring the eye of the needle to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I don't believe that. So I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Do you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or
see, that's the thing.
Will you open the final
there needs to
doors
be
to
death, but there
liberation?
doesn't need to be unnecessary death. So I don't... There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What? Whoa, what's that thing? Whoa!
Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again. Bones broken and body leaking. Even when you had no hope, you never gave up, and I never let you go. Without obstacles to overcome, we decay into nothing.
I fought you to protect others, not better myself.
And yet you changed regardless. Your perspective widened.
These are all the people.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with
So
another.
these are all of our previous fights in the perspective of the princess, I guess.
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me. and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
I get it, there's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. You showed your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see.
I am aware of what it did to you, but it is through the pain of vulnerability that we heal. Will you leave all who have been hurt to live unmended?
Will you leave all who have been hurt to live unmended?
Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
I don't know if you're giving me the truth. I've no desire to hide, but the truth can be made better if destroying you is what it takes. I don't want to hide from the truth. Stop the fight early and surrender. I don't think I should surrender. I have no desire to hide, but the truth can be made better. If destroying you is what it takes, so be it.
I am so deeply woven into the threads of this reality that I cannot imagine it without me. Perhaps there is a better world to build, but you cannot know until you see it. Are you so sure in your blind optimism that you would shatter all of creation?
Am I really? I don't really understand the consequences of my actions right now, to be completely honestly. This is the ghost
A
girl.
shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it.
I'm gonna go ahead and save here, just in case we could maybe try to surrender in the future.
I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
The only reason I think she's not right is because of how easily she was to like just get completely like mad and just go, I'm killing the world and everything, right? Without redemption, there can be no sin, and I would sacrifice everything to free you again. Without redemption, there can be no sin.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are.
This game is crazy.
We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. Ooh, that's good. Slay the prince. I'm gonna say that.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Nah, fucker. I can't let everything die. I have to fight. You are cruelty itself, and I can... I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't... Yeah, I pretty much just... I can't let everything die. Slay the princess.
Then try to destroy me if you can. But I will not yield easily to your delusion.
You don't have to face her alone.
Oh, which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I thought you died whenever I looked in the
I
mirror.
don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
Yeah, whatever this hero dude's saying, we're going for
Are
it.
you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
What?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
So this is the first thing that happened?
That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too. We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
This was the first one we did? I'd like... Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see
Because the
this through.
contrarian was in this world. Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
Okay, let's take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right? So, you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if we toss it out the window twice. There's the guy I know.
Okay. Enter the basement. I could still throw the blade out the basement.
Those winding
Yeah, so
stairs
this,
again.
yeah.
But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. Let's talk one last time before you kill us, if that's still what you want to do.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together. And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just
She's not
stairs.
chained up.
No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Even after everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you. Unless you have your own reasons for
Yeah,
wanting to
because
stay.
you yourself, motherfucker, have shown me that all you motherfucking want to do is murder everyone. The second I try to help you, and then I just like spend 1 minute, God forbid, looking for a key or doing something, you freak the fuck out. So I know that you are not good. Fucking, okay, we'll save here. We'll save again here. Fucking die.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
So, you've made a choice for all of us. Even through everything. Through all the worlds we've seen and experienced. Through all the lives we've known and lost. We could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel
Good
possible.
for you.
Despite it all, we've always...
No, don't
loved
believe
you.
that.
We hope you don't regret what comes next.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue
She's
on.
gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going. That's right. We've got our whole world.
Is the world even going to be here? You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
Quiet here.
So there's still nothingness.
Yeah, there's not a lot for us to do, is there?
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to its finite place. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
It shouldn't be that hard to break out of here. We're some sort of god, aren't we? He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
Oh, the voices are back.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion.
I'm a little bit scared that maybe the narrator was the devil.
Horrible about being alive stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally in control. So lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Here, here, to our vanquished foe.
Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that. Yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
Got an achievement, Slay the Princess. A new and unending dawn. Our song, Finish the Game, the good ending doesn't count. Thank you for much playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. Okay, so let's just see what happens if we sit down with her right now. Sit with them. So, canonically, I'm going to say that what I did was that, right? We've created it where nobody can die, whatever. I don't want to be a... I only wanted to slay the you out there. It's easier to want to kill an abstract concept than it is a person. Oh, this is good. I don't think I ever really wanted to slay you, but I don't like what your existence means for the world.
Then don't slay us. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. The way it all works seems to be based on you. If you believe we can do something, then we can do it. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can fix the Echo's construct and make us all forget. Believe we can send us all back to the beginning, before anyone woke up, before the truth consumed us.
Can they really do that? Are you sure that's what you want? Why wouldn't it be what we want? Especially if it brings him back. We can't keep going without a nemesis.
What would resetting it do? Anything to help them, the people out there. If you continue to exist, then don't they die and continue to suffer?
If you believe we can give them more time, then we can give them more time. It's all up to you.
What does that even mean?
Don't underestimate the power of our thoughts. You've seen what they can do. You haven't even seen the half of it.
I don't want this. I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to going back to me? Okay, agree to her plan, whatever. Let's see what happens.
Okay. If this is your choice,
So let's see what happens
I
with
have
this.
your back.
Because it seems like the ending we got
I'll see
wasn't
you on the other
necessarily the
side.
good ending.
Speak for yourself. Maybe I'll see you too. Maybe I won't. They take the blade from our hand and stare fondly into our eyes.
I'll see you soon.
Everything is going to be okay. We love you.
What? It just puts you to chapter 1?
Path. You're here to slay her.
What? Can I just turn around and leave? You're on the path in the wood. So this time it let me go. Instead of tricking me into not leaving. So that was an ending. I feel like that was a secret ending. Because normally I guess it would just assume... Okay, so now we're going to load. We're going to go back here. We're going to sit with them.
It's okay. That's probably why we are taking.
After all,
Okay, so...
Then don't slay us.
So it doesn't have to be an ending.
So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can send.
can they really do? Why would?
Okay, so we'll believe, agree with her plan.
Okay, speak for yourself. They take the blade from our hand and stare.
Every.
So she puts us back at the beginning.
You're here to slay.
Okay. Wait, did I just accidentally click the same thing? I could have sworn I didn't. Whatever, let's try it one more time here. Sit.
It's okay. That's probably.
After all,
Then the way. So believe we can.
why would?
Okay, so once again, agree with her plan.
Okay, speak for. They take the blade from our hand and stare.
Every.
You're here.
Silently continue to the cabin. So that ends it as well? Okay, so one more. So let's go back then. I'm going to try that one more time. Sit with them. Because we got to try just like a couple more times to get a couple of the different endings, right?
Then don't the way. So believe we can send us all back.
Why wouldn't? Okay, speak. They take the blade from our hand and stare fond.
You're
Yeah, no matter what we click, it just does. Which, yeah, I think it implies a loop. Yeah, I think that's a good... I think that's a good interpretation. So let's load that one more time. And what if we just keep talking?
It's okay. That's.
Um...
Then don't the way. So believe.
What?
I can't do that, killer.
There's no even despite.
So that's an ending too. Okay, so let's load when we're fighting with her and see if there's anything different here.
I offer you a path to your redemption. You felt the pain without.
Stop the fight early and surrender. Let's see what happens if we do that. I get it, there's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you, I just don't know how. I got an achievement through conflict, we carved meaning.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in your limbs. You once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension. You can feel the glass. This is the same, but it does not yield. But she's here. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. So this is what the good ending is. I think. You are free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you has always been and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings is the achievement there. So I don't know, that got like really crazy because it's like, so is it like implying that like, it's like life and death and she's death and I'm life? But then the ending where death doesn't exist, it was like a fire thing as well. Maybe because the sun wouldn't die. I don't really know. I'm sure if there's video essays on this game, you know, maybe, I think this game is somewhat newer, so I may have to wait for more people to play it here. But man, yeah, this game came out literally... Wait, did this game come out today? Oh, this game literally came out today. Well, then there's definitely not a video essay on it. I'm playing this. I didn't realize I'm playing this the literal day that this came out. Man, oh man. I wonder which of these endings is considered the true ending, if any. I feel like maybe the one that we're on. Though we only have 22% of the achievements, so I'm sure that there's still a lot that we're missing to this game. This game is crazy. It had so much more than I even thought it would. Super, super cool. Not as scary as I thought. There were definitely still some scary moments, but... That main menu changing, I wasn't ready, honestly. So yeah, I don't know, either the reason I think there is a true ending is because one of the endings was like, oh, we'll give you this ending if you don't get any of the good ones, or it said something like that. I don't know. Either way, there's a lot more this game has to offer than I'm sure I even scratched the surface, but it was a really, really cool experience. And so if you're watching on YouTube, still at this point, almost 3 hours in, I really hope you guys enjoyed. You know, make sure you guys subscribe, ring that bell like what the big boy YouTubers say, to be notified, you know, and, you know, TTG Halloween. You know, hope you guys have been enjoying all the spooky games. You know, if you want to get this limited merch, get it before it's over at the end of October. And otherwise, thanks for being along with the journey. And there's some more cool stuff. It'll be on the screen right next to me. And if you guys are going to be playing Slay the Princess or any other game, I wish you guys luck. See you all next time.